Home Affairs Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi has extended the validity of the Zimbabwean Exemption Permit, the ZEP, to 31 December 2023. This is revealed in a directive signed by the minister dated 7 June 2023. Now, the permit, which allows almost 180,000 holders to live, work and study in South Africa, was due to expire on the 30th of June 2023. Holders have the option to apply for alternative visas or return to Zimbabwe. The factors behind this extension are articulated in a media statement by Home Affairs, saying that the minister has approved thousands of waiver applications of the affected Zimbabwean nationals, resulting in a significant increase in the number of visa and waiver applications which needed to be processed. The 6-month extension ensures that no holder of a valid permit may be arrested, ordered to depart, or be detained for purposes of deportation. The extension further allows ZEP holders to enter and depart the borders of South Africa. Judgment in the legal challenge to the expiry of the ZEP remains reserved. Right now, let's get a reaction. We are now joined via Zoom by Adv Simba Chitando, human rights lawyer who represents Zimbabwe Exemption Permit Holders Association. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Let's get your reaction, Advocate, to the extension and what it means essentially for those who are still submitting waivers currently.
Afternoon. Thank you for having me. My reaction is similar to that of many ZEP holders. We are happy at least that the pending deadline 2 weeks from now has been averted and pushed back until the end of this year, but it doesn't deal with the underlying problem, which is the legality of the minister's decision and the rights of ZEP holders to be in the country going forward. It doesn't really deal with that, and I'll tell you why. You see, the decision itself, it speaks to the waivers. It speaks to several applications that are being made by ZEP holders. And our issue is many ZEP holders do not qualify for what the minister calls mainstream visas, and the only real relief that ZEP holders would seek is the right to apply for permanent residency in the country. They've been in the country for more than 5 years, which is the normal period of time in which one would be entitled to apply for permanent residency. Most, in fact, all ZEP holders have been in the country for more than 10 years. And a pathway to apply for permanent residency is what they need to protect their rights, protect their property, protect the rights of their children, and to stay gainfully employed.
Now, of course, you speak, of course, about, the legality of this process. Talk to us about the next steps from your end. Are you still going to, for instance, be litigating for government to scrap this process altogether?
The great question. The matter is currently before the Pretoria High Court. Several other institutions have brought their applications, and from what I understand, theirs is complete. We are waiting for a directive from the High Court. So the matter is before the court, and we'll wait for their decision. It's too early to comment on what that decision would be and our reaction to that decision. We have to wait for the High Court to come to a decision. But what is important is if the decision goes against us, we would definitely consider options. We are in it for the long haul, and we want to protect the rights of ZEP holders going forward. And in our view, an application for permanent residency is the only real solution for ZEP holders. And it's also the most cost-effective solution for the Department of Home Affairs. We're talking about a lot of people who are gainfully employed in the country. They're contributing to the success of South Africa. They have a lot of skills that are being used by the South African economy. And they're part of this community. And if they choose to go to Zimbabwe, that's a decision that or in another country, that's a decision that they should be able to make without the coercion and the administrative bad decisions, administratively unfair decisions that have been made by the government.
Now, another matter that was, of course, raised in the statement by the Home Affairs Department is that the 6-month extension ensures that no holder of a valid permit may be arrested, ordered to depart, or to be detained for purposes of deportation. How comfortable are you with that statement, considering, of course, that we know that there is a 3-year delay in an immigration Concord matter where lawyers for human rights, took the Home Affairs Department over the application of sections of the Immigration Act?
That's a very good point. That decision that you're referring to is similar to another decision that I moved sometime last year regarding several German, British, and American foreign nationals who applied for permanent residency in the country, and they waited for more than 7 years, much longer period. And still, even to this day, the Home Affairs has not finalized those applications. And these are investors with a lot of money to contribute to the South African economy. We know that the backlogs are difficult for Home Affairs to handle. They have told us that they're difficult for them to handle. The court has ordered them in several applications, several matters before them, not just at the Concord level, but also at several high courts throughout the country, to deal with the applications, and Home Affairs simply cannot deal with them. And we knew when the initial decision was made by Home Affairs to end the ZEP that we'll end up where we are. This is the third extension of what Home Affairs calls a non-extendable permit. ZEP or ZEP permits say that it is a non-extendable permit, but the Home Affairs have extended it now 3 times. This shows that they can't handle the workload, or for whatever reason, they cannot comply with court orders compelling them to do so. So our view is that we knew we were going to get here, and the only way for Home Affairs to do the matter is to allow these permanent resignations to go through. ZEP holders deserve it. They've been here long enough.
All right, Advocate, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Really do appreciate it. That was Advocate Simba Chitando, human rights lawyer who represents the Zimbabwe Exemption Permit Holders Association. Of course, as you know, the Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, has extended the validity of the ZEP to the 31st of December 2023.